In a quiet corner of Japan, as the morning sun gently warmed the trees, a small zoo slowly came to life. Birds stretched their wings, keepers prepared for the day. And high above the paths visitors would soon gather. A tiny baby macaque had just begun his story. And there he was, small, quiet, and alone. Punch. Life was meant to be warm, soft, and safe. Warmth he should have found in his mother's arms. But Punch's story was not like the others. His mother did not stay. She walked away and never returned. Around him, life continued as usual. Young monkeys chased each other. They climbed, they played, but Punch just watched. The keepers noticed. And they understood that this tiny life could not be left alone. So they stepped in, to feed him, to care for him, and to give him a chance, hoping that he will be okay. The troop was full of life. Young monkeys raced across the climbing beams, their tiny feet tapping lightly on the wood. They swung from ropes, leaped between branches, and chased each other through the trees as if the whole world were their playground. For them it all seemed so easy, so natural. But Punch was still learning. So he tried. But the world felt a little harder for such tiny hands. And sometimes he wondered if he would ever be like them. The keepers could see that Punch needed something more. Not just food, not just shelter, but comfort. So one day, they brought him something soft, something warm. Something he could hold. At first, Punch wasn't sure what to think. It wasn't alive. It didn't move. But somehow it felt familiar. And in that moment, something inside Punch finally relaxed. He hugged the toy like his mother used to hug him. From that day on, Punch carried the toy everywhere he went. Sometimes he dragged it behind him step by step across the platforms. And sometimes, he held it tightly in his arms, climbing higher and higher. As if he finally had something worth holding on to. And soon, he tried to join the others. But the troop wasn't quite sure what to make of it. Some monkeys were curious. They looked surprised at the big toy, but being so small among so many was not always easy. Sometimes, the world pushed a little too hard. Later that day, he felt sad. Sat down and held on to the one thing that made him feel safe. And hoped that one day things might be different. Then something unexpected happened. Visitors began to notice the tiny monkey and the toy he carried everywhere. Some smiled. Some felt a quiet tug at their hearts. Soon those videos were shared again and again. From one phone to another, from one country to the next. Until people all over the world were cheering for Punch. And slowly, something began to change. One monkey sat beside him. Not to push. Not to take the toy. Just to sit and play. And in that quiet moment, Punch realized he wasn't quite so alone anymore. As the sun began to set, something in Punch's world felt different. The toy was still there. But now Punch had something more. A friend. We all carry something that helps us feel safe. And that's okay. Because sometimes, all it takes is a little time to find where we belong. If this story made you smile, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe for more stories about courage, kindness, and belonging.